The revolution is here. New Money Dynasty. Let's get it.
All right. Welcome back to the biggest in the game. And so, we start by saying, we're going to be all over the place. It's a lot of shit to talk about. Let's start off by saying, Happy Memorial Day, a belated Memorial Day. And so I'm guilty of many years of having cookouts on Memorial Day, popping bottles, having fun, and overlooking that the holiday is there to honor great warriors who have defended our country. And so to the families who have lost loved ones from the military, we salute you, we respect you, fellow Americans, fellow human beings. We love you. We know your family took up arms to defend us. Now, today's also, and let's go back to Memorial Weekend, because let me tell you something, man. This shit is starting to really be very dangerous in the street. I mean, maybe I'm oblivious, but it is starting to be very, very dangerous on them streets. And so I'm in Miami. I'm watching all type of shit. Shootouts, people shooting up the whole club, 21 people. This shit is crazy. I'm not in it. I don't have a horse in the race. I don't know who did what to who. What I am saying is, brothers and sisters, even the kids that's wilding, if they wilding and you the big brother, you the OG, please talk to them. This shit is really crazy. It's really, really crazy. Now I got love for everybody. But what I'm saying is, we lost 4 people in Flatbush. What I'm saying is, if we do a barbecue and it's a holiday, why we gotta shoot up the barbecue? Why we gotta kill the little kids? Now, I don't want to sound like the corny older dude, because I was wild when I was young. And I salute the real ones. But you got to think past this immediate. Like, this is really crazy. Like, I watch the news, it's like, I don't know where to go. This is some old man shit, yeah. But I watch the news, and it's like, yo, 21 people shot here, 5 people shot here, 2 dead, 1 dead, this one dead. They shooting up Target. They shooting, this shit is crazy. It's really fucking crazy. And so when you send your family out there, or you send innocent people, they getting shot up. And it's like, the shit I always had a problem with was, look, I'm not condoning violence in any way, shape, or form. I see you, Raul. But what I am saying is, if you got beef with somebody, that's your beef with that somebody. They did something to you, I don't know. But shooting at innocent people, it gotta stop. Waiting outside of a club to shoot every American that comes out the club, bro, it's a bit too far, guys. It's a bit too far. And if you're able to look past that rage and anger, you would see your cousins, your brothers and sisters. Lo que está pasando es que las cosas están muy activo, papito. Y hay gente bifiando con otro, quiere matar a otro, pero menos en el sitio hay un party, está matando a los niños y cosas así. Y cuando vamos a decir de una comunidad, oye, despacio, papi, esto está feíto. Y por todos lados, 5 con bala, 2 murieron, 1 murieron, 4 murieron. Esto está loco, bro. What I'm saying is, y'all know I'm Puerto Rican and Cuban, and sometimes the Latinos, they want to hear that shit in Spanish. And so I got to tell them what I'm saying to you. And being that some people ain't as real as Joe Crack and gonna talk that real shit, then I had to give it to him too. Because it may never happen again. Feel me what I'm saying? May never happen again. You don't see guys like me. You just don't see them talk that real shit. They can flirt around, maybe give you a scholarship somewhere or something, a discount on the sky. They're not going to talk. But my thing is, what the fuck? Who's going to talk to these people? The guys my age, the OGs, I know they don't really want to let you. Have courage, man. Step out the box and talk to them. Let them know you did 20 years in the feds. Let them know your man is still in jail for life. My best friend's still in jail for life. Tell them what happens. Because now you kill the people. And now you get caught and you go to jail. It's cameras everywhere, papito. You want science? You want criminology 101 from the guard crack Kim? There is cameras. I know you don't give a fuck, but you're going to go to jail for 30, 40 years. You know what it's like going to jail 18, 20 years old, coming out 60 years old? I mean, this is real. This is some shit you do. This is some shit you do that you don't realize. You think you're going to jail like normal, bullpen, and then they rock you for 30, 40 years. And if you watch First 48, everybody's telling. And sometimes, if you want criminology 101, even when you get away, scot-free, you got away. 5 years later, 10 years later, 1 out of the 3 guys got away. Y'all all got away. Nobody knows nothing. Somebody gets caught with 5 guns and a kilo of coke. He knows about a crime. There's no statute of liberty on murder. 5 years, 10 years later, get out of jail free card. You know Kendu and Juanito? Remember that time? So, I'm just trying to tell you the truth. Sometimes when you get away, you don't really get away. Because all you need is one guy to fold. Respectfully. Sriracha, much finer vodka. I didn't mean to take it there. I had a great time this weekend versus, Memorial Weekend in Miami. Don't let me explain it because, I think I started it, right? And so we started throwing the parties, all that, Terror Squad pool party, everything. My daughter don't like to hear, but I'm telling you the truth. And every time I say some shit, I can back it up. Don't pool parties and R. Kelly before controversy will come and blow it down for an hour, 2 hours. Y'all know, y'all was there. If you was there, you was there. Parties in Level and Store, wherever you name it. But it's I'm not going to lie to you, it's a dangerous weekend out here in Miami. Joe, why is it a dangerous weekend? Because people are coming out here to have a good time. And 9 times out of 10, they let their guard down. You got guys. See, Miami's not an island. So you come out here, it's palm trees, it's water. It feels like an island. But it's not Turks and Caicos, Bahamas, Santo Domingo, shit like that. It's in the United States. So guys are driving down from Chattanooga, Tallahassee, Georgia, New York, Philly. And they thinking we driving down, and you know how we driving down, and we're going to get to that bag. If we see anybody out there, we're going to... That's the danger in Miami. Anybody can come. If a guy tells a girl, yo, I'm taking you on vacation, he say, Miami, that's not really a vacation, mama. So I'm going to take you out the waters. It's not really a vacation. And so, it's Memorial Weekend, I know how dangerous it is. I started it. And so, my daughter wants to go to Versus. I was going to Versus. 1,000,000% I was going to Versus. Legendary. Swizz, Timbo the King, down the block. By the way, I can smile at it, wave. I'm looking at it now. And so, my daughter, I want to go. Rain is going. Rain is Timbo the King's daughter. I love Rain. She's my niece. And so Rain is going. And these girls are getting big now. She's 15. Rain is 14, 15. Rain got her denim suit on, a New York hat. They on their shit. And so, I don't know if it's gun laws, because this state you can have guns, but in New York you can't have guns and they still killing everybody. Chicago got gun laws that's out of control, you killing everybody. You gotta talk to your kids, man. And talk to your family. And it's sad if you know you live with somebody who's a killer. You know that young boy going out there to pull that hammer. I'm not telling you to tell on them, but try to make them see past that. See past the hate. This is 100 years. I have not even went towards Tulsa, Black Wall Street. It's 100 years since Tulsa, Black Wall Street. Man, if you want me to shut the fuck up and talk mumbo jumbo, then do that. Let me see fire signs if you want the real shit.
Where did you go from Versus?
No, because it's too much to talk about.
You didn't tell them who was at Versus.
I'm going to tell them the whole story about Versus. They know they seen Versus, but I be talking real shit, and I don't know if these people ready for the real shit. Y'all want mumbo jumbo? Y'all want real shit? Put the fires on if y'all want real talk. So we got God sends the messenger in many different ways. People go to church, They sing church songs all day. They won't watch a movie that got no violence. They want this and this and that. And then the kids don't want to listen to them. And then sometimes you get a guy that might look like me who talks that real shit, who a kid might respect because I came from the projects and welfare and did my thing in the streets. It might hit them different. But some judgmental believers might say, I'm not the right guy for the job. But then again, I don't have a cash register next to me. You want to go back to,
You're skipping around, so...
What a beautiful event, Versus. I knew it was history. I had to be there. And I wasn't the only one that was thinking that. Because I went in there, I swear, I sat by myself. Shout out Arsonist, Heat Maker, Tiny Desk. I mean, you support Joe Crack. When this finished, go on YouTube, look at Tiny Desk. Man, we got busy. Me, Ted Smooth, Angelica Villa, the band, the Terror Squad band. We got busy. And so we showed them how to do it. Wait, I got more to talk about. And so we go to Versus. Go up in there, you know, welcome to Miami. Hermes silk shit on, silk pants rolled up, looking like Mani from Saint-Tropez, from VIP Club, Jean Croc. My shit twisted up, Hermes shoes, sneakers, smelling like Dubai. Smelling like Dubai, look like some other shit. Whole lot of money in the building. So there's some sweet smells that girls love. The guys throw it on and think the girls love it. So I try to avoid the girls and I shoot my Dubai shit. To only realize that when you get too close around women, they love money and the shit smell like money. And they know he got it. Fuck with me, I know he got it. And sometimes you might just go certain, you know, you try and be nice. You got that Dubai shit on you. They know they only smelt that shit with wealth. Come on, man. Shout out to A-Butter. A-Butter been out here with me on Memorial weekends. And so we go to Versus. I walk up in there, Hermes shit. Google Hermes. My shirt like a Birkin bag. I had enough talking shit. So I walk up in there. I see Timbo the king. Timbo's the king. And I see Swizz Beatz. Now, Swizz Beatz, he got a little attitude with me. Just last week, we were celebrating DMX's album, which is amazing. Today, I worked out to the DMX album, which is amazing. I love that Bono. I love that Alicia Keys. I love that Griselda. I mean, that album's amazing, right? And so he was trying. Swizz Beatz was eyeing me like, yo, this guy, ever since he left the Bronx, moved to Miami, he been tight with Timbaland. And so he looking at me like, sideways. So I'm hugging Timbo the king, his wife, everybody, his son. Then I get to Swizz, y'all, Grady, the whole family, everybody. But Swizz looking at me like, when DJ Khaled started telling you about they doesn't really exist. It's a fragment of imagination. It's something you put in your head to make you better, to say they trying to stop us. So we got to be better. We got to be greater. We got to come with bigger hits. AB, what's up? And so Swizz made me they that night. His eye was on me. Oh, I need somebody to be bad at. You know when they said in the Jordan series that he invented, yo, what that boy said to me? Oh, I'm going to give him 50. So Swizz looking at me like I'm they. Yo, what you talking about? He started playing in the dressing room, South Bronx. The bridge is over. He playing all these Bronx Warlord songs. I'm like looking, I'm like, you know, he getting ready. And so we go out there. I sit purposely by myself in the cut. Sat quietly because I wanted to absorb it and love it. I wanted to relish in the verses. I'm outside, vaccined up. And so I'm sitting there and they going at it. And it's two ways to look at it. They're both the most amazing producers in the world. If you like #1 hit makers, it's most likely going to be Timbaland with the Justin Timberlakes and all that. If you want that, wow, if you're mad that LOX is rough done now, wow. At the end of the day, I stand up on my couch. I canvass the neighborhood. See, God, I shouldn't be telling y'all that, but God gave me a certain gift, even since I was a teenager. I can walk in a room with 2,000 people in a club, wherever, look at the whole club and know who likes me and who don't. And if a guy, that energy ain't right, I know I got to figure out where I know this guy from, what happened. Was he smacked up at one time? Was one of my friends with his wife? Was this? I got to figure out what that energy is. But I can see the whole room. So when I look across the room, I see Ross soaking it in. I see YG, West Coast Stand Up, soaking it in. I see the Butcher, Benny the Butcher, soaking it in. Busta Rhymes, soaking it in. The Baby, who happens to be a great guy. First time I ever met The Baby. If you know about The Baby, he's one of the hottest young boys out there. Very respectful. His whole crew, very respectful. They actually took the couch next to me. I'm sitting there enjoying it. Next thing I know, Nori sneaks up on me. Nori's never alone. So we had the whole shit. But then, you know, Buster comes with. We all had the best time of our lives. I'll keep my eye on my daughter the whole night. Because she's standing in the front, in the crowd, with Rain, enjoying the verses. But I'm watching her the whole night. I got an eye on her. Like my mother and my father used to do to me. Forest Projects. Everybody knows. Building 1000. When the sun came down, you heard a whistle. That meant my father. So I had to drop the basketball, the baseball bat, whatever. Go upstairs. So I'm watching my daughter, Azzy. I don't know if I'm ready for this. Why did I sign up for this? I bring my daughter to the club. It's Memorial Weekend, so-called thugs all around. And so they're going at it. One of the best times of my life. Buster's like, yo, I don't know what you think about this. Yo, I don't know. Yo, they rock. It was Warlord. These guys are sound clashing. These guys are warlords. And so I say, yo, it's time to go. My daughter looks at me, act like she don't see the sign. So I'm like, she turns around. That right there is a violation. So I got to go with the crowd, which I didn't do the whole time, to go all the way through the front. And, oh, Joe Crack, yeah. Tap her. She knows quick. She don't want no embarrassment, no nothing. She turns around. Okay, Dad, I follow you. Let's go. We leaving. They saying their goodbyes to each other. I'm trying to avoid the crowd. The bad guys on the street too. The bad guys, they're out there. I got the news too. So, man, we gotta move. You know, this is how I go. Let's go we get to the car. People looking, oh, look at Joe. Oh, he's with his daughter, executive producer. In and out, we get out of there. She's got to learn that when that says it's dangerous and it's time to go, it's time to go. So who won the verses? Let me see who won the verses in here. Who won the verses? I personally, no bullshit, I do not know who won. I gotta be honest with you. Personally, I do not know who won the verses. I personally, and I ain't even gonna lie to you, I didn't drink, I didn't do nothing. I had the time of my life. I had such a great time. I danced all night. I don't care. I shake my ass. I don't know about you guys. You want to be tough. You want to act like whatever. Ice grill the crowd. That's on you. If I come out my house to come to an event, a concert, a boxing, or whatever, I'm shaking my ass. If Edgar Balanga's knocking somebody, I'm jumping up and down. I'm having fun. I want to be a fan. They say the culture's won. The culture won. Too close to call. Many New Yorkers, Swizz, many down Southers, Timbo. I loved it. Every single second of it. Shout out to Steve Stout. He was in the building as well. All right, Steve Lobel, you got to call me because I got some shit over here. I need some advice from you. Shout out to Steve Lobel. Steve Lobel is the one, some might say, the coolest white boy in the world. So in this industry, maybe Steve Rifkin. Besides Steve Rifkin, Steve Lobel is like the Bill Clinton of the rap industry. Gets along with everybody. One of the guys who was with Nipsey Hussle since day one. One of the guys with me and Big Pun. Whatever the case may be. That's him, right? And so I need some advice, you know? And so I call him up, yo, Steve, I need some advice. Sometimes I need advice. You gotta listen to learn. You have to listen to learn. Happy belated birthday, Armando. Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul. Not even a contest. Floyd wins with flying colors. I am going to the fight. And so, Miami Heat got, he said, let's talk about the Knicks. Let's talk about, they're not letting me get away without talking about basketball. First of all, let's be clear. Floyd Mayweather wins this fight with his eyes closed, blindfolded. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm there. Tony Touch, what's up, living legend? Heard the movie is a success. Tony Touch has a documentary on the mixtapes, on the rappings, on the freestyles. I'm in it. I support the culture. Every single time asked, I'm in this movie. No money involved, love. So what we was talking about, we was talking about Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul. Not a problem, he wins. I did Tiny Desk. I don't know if you know what Tiny Desk is. It's an honor to do, I still got to talk basketball. After the Tiny Desk is where they get artists, big artists, Adele, Justin Bieber's, this one and that one, the biggest in the game. I seen Gevion, Carol G. The biggest in the game, and they come in there and they perform live with the band. Shout out to the band. I mean, I had Tess Smooth in the back. I had Angelica Villa, and they really want to hear you talk that shit like on the mic. And so after this, you go check out Tiny Desk because I destroyed that. And I came in there too fly for them. The Guava Unions. The diamonds was hitting different. The bubble pink leather shirt. Shout out 5001. Terrell the Bucket, the Louis Bucket. Now I went to an old school concert, old school rap concert. I seen some of your favorite guys dancing the cypher, dancing around a bottle of Hennessy. Broke my heart because I love them all. A, B, do you want to see your favorite old school artists, your legends, your icons with teeth? Or do you want them looking no teeth? Don't be mad. No, you better get it. Said, okay, Joe, we get it. No, you better get it. One time I came out the studio here in Miami. It's a true story. And I'm not looking for glory or nothing like this. I ain't even telling you who. It's coming out the studio, late night. Guy was like, oh, wow, that's Fat Joe, yo. So I keep it moving. Homeless guy. I tell you all the time I have a real problem with that. I want to support mental illness and I'm sad for anybody that's homeless. But I used to hustle. So I'm really worried about giving somebody money thinking I'm buying them food and they're going to go smoke some shit. And so, but that's a problem within me. You know, I have heavy drug use. I know heavy friends, family members, this, that. So I feel a certain way. And so the homeless dude says, hey, yo, Joe, let me talk to you this. And I keep walking. And then he turns around and says, I'm such and such. I turn around and I look, old school artist. When I look, oh my God, it really is him. So when I look at him, the man got no shoes on. I grabbed my feet and grabbed the sneakers off my feet. Gave him the I was so hurt. It was so painful. I grabbed the sneakers off my feet and gave it to him. I went to my car barefoot. Reached in my pocket. I had a couple of $100. I gave it to him. I drove away so sad and with fear. With fear. Because nothing's guaranteed. You one mistake away. You come from the projects. You always got that feeling like you might could go back. But it's a true story. And you want to see your favorite artist doing well. As they're older, if they're smart and they don't really use drugs, like real drugs. Now, I'm not talking about weed, having a drink. But if, you know, drugs fucked up the salseros, fucked up the R&B. You seen the 5 Heartbeats. You see the Hector Lavoe. You see the drugs fucked up all the legends. But now, if your legend is not thinking about drugs and he's focused, he's going to do better when he's older. If he's smart and he keeps the right circle around him. I forgot what I was talking about. The Knicks. It is looking not so good right now. it is not looking so good. I think we got one more. I think we get at least one more. I text with Julius Randle today, who I believe in him. He brought us back for nothing. He should get the max salary. That's Fat Joe's take on it. He should get the max salary. Julius Randle, most improved player. Now, we got to step it up. But I think we got one game left. We're going to win one more game at least. He told me he's going to make history. So let me tell you, I was watching this documentary on opioid epidemic. And so the way this wasn't like crack. This wasn't like crack. Designer drug, infiltrated the hood, had people selling their TVs, selling it themselves. This was like you could sweep crack to systemic racism. You could sweep crack, destroy the hood, put people in jail, a couple of cracks, as to cocaine, you're going to jail for life. We know the rules. So this ain't crack. This is opioid epidemic is people get hurt, you break your leg, you break your arm, you get lipo, you get whatever. The doctor gives you a pill to deal with your pain. If you abuse it like anything else, you become addicted. Now you're addicted to these opioid pills. And you don't think you're so addicted because you could buy them in the pharmacy. You get it prescription. But the problem is at one time, like everything else, I might drink 100 Diet Pepsis. Some of them ain't hitting like the other one. It's like when Snoop Dogg smokes so many blunts a day. Does one blunt hit him any different than the other? Who knows? He smokes 100. Fat Joe drinks 100 Diet Pepsis. Who knows which one is hitting more? And so you're taking these pills, they're legal before you know it. Somebody taps them on the shoulder and says, when it ain't affected no more, they taking 30 pills, they ain't really feeling it. They be like, yo, we got that Buddha. That thing you looking for in that pill, they got it over here. Legendary. So now you take innocent people who got addicted. Now they using the real shit. The heroin, shooting this shit up. And so it affected so many lives and families. They made a documentary about the shit. And it's terrible, man. But the point is to stay away from shit like that. Never get around shit like that. See, I had too many friends I either lost or they lost their souls, their minds to drugs. And I was smart enough to learn from their mistakes. I say, damn, Papa using that shit. He done sold his car, sold his jewelry. He done lost his girlfriend. He lost his wife. I don't need to do that shit. And so you're around people that do that shit. You might be a little kid right now watching, and your parents do a little bit too much of stuff. My parents, my mom's, I tell you, she caught cancer from smoking. My father used to smoke 3-4 packs a day. When he learned my mother had cancer and they had to cut her out open from ear to ear, he stopped smoking. Can't tell me you can't stop. But I remember watching it. It was nasty to me, smoking cigarettes. I never smoked one. So kids, if you're looking at that and you say, damn, I don't like it. Great. Don't like it. You got to learn from others' mistakes. You don't have to do it. So what do you want me to do? 100 years, Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know, America has a very, very scary past. Okay? And so, you can talk about it. I told you that we got to move on. There's some people I know that lost their whole lives, their whole money, their whole everything dwelling on one problem. Life keeps moving and it waits and stops for no one. So if you're dealing with depression or you going through some shit and you turn around and you thinking the world's going to stop for you, nobody's going to stop for you. Because everybody that does love you, they still got bills. They still got problems. But you have to know the truth about where we come from. And now, I saw it, didn't know if it was true. I watched this thing called Underground Railroad. I think it's on Hulu. Great series. But at that time in Indiana, don't know if it's true. So don't quote me and say Joe knows what he's talking about. Right? Don't know. But in the series I watched, there was a black family who started selling, making wine. And they was giving the wine to the judges and stuff like that. And so they were cool. And they were educated, very educated. They used to have debates and church on ground and hundreds of black people living on this land. This is a time when there was still slavery in the South. But up north was supposed to be free. Now these were very highly unusual black people at the time. These people were poets and very educated and very entrepreneurial and very together. And in that series, they blew that whole shit up. The whole farmland, the whole killed everybody, whatever the case may be. I don't want to tell you the whole thing. I already did, but fuck it. I'm telling you why. That bothered me as a movie. That could just be entertainment. And now this is the anniversary of what they call Black Wall Street. It's more like Black Main Street. Here you had think about 100 years ago when you think about segregation. You think about riding the back of the bus, people using different fountains, people this and that. And so you had a whole city in Oklahoma that had thousands of black families who own their own houses, own their own businesses. And one day, today, 100 years ago, over 300 people got murdered. The businesses got burnt down. The houses got burnt down. This is reality. I don't encourage nobody looking at people differently, because obviously most people we deal with wasn't living 100 years ago. But you got to know what happened to stay woke. So a lot of people lost their homes, lost their businesses. They were thriving. They were doing their thing. These are different things that's been setbacks on the black community over years. And then we find out it got even smarter. Systemic racism, to fill up the jails with blacks. Why should your house cost any less because you're black or Latino than anybody else? Now, I'm not talking about racism. I'm not talking about encouraging racism or you hating your person you work with or no. But it's a sad reality. And we can't keep lying to ourselves like these things ain't happen. And so when you see somebody like a Kaepernick kneeling, all he's doing is kneeling, and the president at the time is killing him and on TV, and everybody's mad at him. But the man understand where it came from to know where we're going. And so President Biden went down there today They had a woman on the news. She was like, I've never seen a president over here in my life. Cool. Cool to him. But we got to pass that George Floyd bill so that people could feel safe and feel protected. And make sure that we do not go back to times like that. And so when you see insurrections, you literally see thousands of people rushing the Capitol, talking about killing their own vice president, Mike Pence, looking for the congressmen and the senators. They won't investigate them. The guys who fucking killed, 5 people died. They won't investigate these people. This shit crazy, bro. And like I said, I blame everybody. I blame everybody. See Erica Ford on here, community activist. Yeah, Erica, I live in Miami. I can't lie. I see black people killing black people, Latinos killing Latinos. On the news. We got to talk about that. And find a way to make people love each other and think past the fucking immediate bullshit. Because when you think off impulse and you move off impulse, that's not really using your brain. I'm just telling y'all the truth, man. And so I know you out there all the time, Erica, on the front line working and trying to instill peace and vote. There's like 20-something states, 28 states reversing the rules of voting. Former President Trump is commending the guy in Texas who rolled back the voting rules to Jim Crow years. And so they saying, oh, we can't go to black church on Sunday if we got to vote. Well, guess what? Black church got to be at the voting place. He got to give his sermon with the mic to his people of his church out online to vote. Pass the basket on the line if you want. Telling you. Draymond Green got the fluorescent suit, the flowers and shit. No, I'm telling you the truth. The shy is COVID over. I'm vaccinated up. My whole family is vaccinated up. But I'm not gonna lie. Everybody's outside like it's over. Like it's over. Like you can't tell nobody nothing. I just seen Vegas on TV. Shout out to my brother 2J's Urban Necessity. This is a brother that came from being homeless to opening up a store. He bought a Gap. He opened up a store, the biggest sneaker store in Vegas. Started from nothing. We got to commend people like this. But I'm looking at Vegas on TV. Nobody got a mask. I don't know. My man Chef Mark is in White Plains. He just came out of ICU off of COVID. Bust around, tell me I ain't got no COVID. The vaccine camp, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. Since I got both vaccines, felt more confident. I've been out and about. Not abusing it. If I go on a certain elevator, if I go in a certain business, I throw it on. I try. Keep the sanitation. But it's over. Because everybody is acting as if it is over. What I do know is that when life was normal, I traveled so much to do shows and do stuff that I would get about 2-3 flus a year. Since I've been washing my hands, since I've been wearing a mask and staying away from people, thank God I ain't catch a flu yet in a year and 4 months. So if watching the COVID and social distancing has helped me with not catching a flu. Drink water. The Shy is back. Incredible series. Rich player that God loves it. Godfather of Harlem faked us out. Amazing. Probably one of my favorite shows now. They did like 6 episodes. Now they say it's coming back in August. And so, Handmaid's Tale, if you got the stomach for the stress. I went to see my first movie in a year and 4 months. Quiet Place 2. Amazing. I love movies. We went to the iPic. Guess what? The price is cheaper, but they charge you for popcorn. And so, I had the best time in the world. I recommend that movie. And so, it is what it is, man. And so go check out that Tiny Desk when I get out of here. Special performance. We bodied that thing. Yeah, Handmaid's Tale is incredible. I love it. You know, and so it is what it is, man. We out here, man. We enjoying ourselves. We loving life. You see that We the Best Cali collab, Dolce & Gabbana, the Flamingos. That's the type of life I'm involved with, the Flamingos. Shout out to my parents. You know, we going to talk tomorrow. Let's talk about, I'm going to dedicate tomorrow to parenting. And I'm going to write down some shit. Because it's hard. Parenting is hard. And then nobody gives you a manual for it. Being a son is hard. No, I left my mother's house when I was 14 years old because I couldn't fuck with my father. And just because people get older don't mean that they change. I've been waiting, shout out Armando, thank you, my whole life for my father to change. I'm going to do the video for you, Erica. You know I told you that. Off rip, I got on with you and Spike Lee. You know what's up. Don't question the God when I come. You know I always come through. You need me, I'm there. Of course it takes a village. But what you got to understand is like, and then what's up with families that might have 5, 6, 7 kids? Why is always only one that takes care of their parents? Why all the pressure comes to one person? Can you be a piece of shit of that level? Where your mother and father, when you were sick, they brought you in the world. You got sick, you got the flu, you needed your flu shots, your vaccines. They rushed you to the hospital, they took you to school, they bust their ass 3 jobs. Now they got old and you don't give a fuck about them. You don't check up on them for shit. I know you feel it. You always with your mother. My Titi Barbara, I love her so much because she was always there for my grandmother. But what I'm saying is like, what's up? So now you get a new wife and some kids. That's your new family? Like you don't care about your mother and father? It's incredible. I'm blessed. I still got my parents, even though my father drives me radically insane. But I love him no matter what. But we got to do better. You talk about a village. Care about your parents who brought you into this world. When they sick, you know, I'm going to say it's Rick Ross told me he got, matter of fact, man. Rick Ross, when he was in the hospital, he got up in the ICU unit. He was surrounded by people there. While he was there, everybody was fighting to come see Ross. You know, he's a superstar. He's famous. His friends and family loves him. He noticed in a couple of days, nobody came to see the other patients. And he asked the doctor. He asked the doctor, yo, where's everybody that visits them? Doctor was like, nobody gives a fuck about them, Ross. Like, they old, nobody cares. But when they come from another state, said, no, their kids are down the block. They have kids that live 5 minutes away. Man, we'll talk tomorrow about it. It's the biggest in the game. Peace, y'all.
The revolution is here. New money dynasty. Let's get it. New money. Ha. Yeah. Retribution is here. Revolution they fear. Real rap is back cause they polluting our ears. So I can't take this shit no more.